It's a baby cow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Are you happy with that one?
Yeah. That's no problem with his mummy.
Okay. So this is meant to be Vlogmas day 6, but unfortunately something's happened that means it won't be. I don't really want to share any day-to-day moments from today because it's not what is important. So I woke up this morning and I felt a little bit better, and we did the school run, and I was chatting to my friend Suzanne on the walk back, and Daisy was being as cute as ever, and me and Suzanne parted ways because she was going to go to the bread shop like she usually does, and I was just going to walk home because I was still quite tired, and I thought I'm just going to have one of those days today, just pop around the house, tidy up a little bit and take it slow. And I thought as I was walking, oh, I'll check my phone to see what the rest of the family's doing because we have a Facebook group. And it was then that I realised that our family dog had been put down. And I know that this is really silly. Well, I don't think it's silly, but maybe if you don't have pets you will. But 15 years ago my mum and dad told us that they might go and look and see some dogs at a shelter. We already had one dog called Toby who's no longer with us, and we were so excited because we've always loved dogs in our family. And my mum said to us, right, well, if you could pick something for the dog to be like a type of dog or something like that, what would you pick? And I was 13, so I thought very hard about my answer, and my brother was probably 10 at the time, and he goes, a Jack Russell. And I said, oh, I'd just like something with a bit of character, like I don't care what it looks like or what type of dog it is, but I just like it to be a nice dog with a bit of character. And then they brought home Milo, and in my family I tend to name the dogs. When we got Toby, our first dog, my mum and dad sat us down and said, what would you like to call him? And I was really into Disney at the time and like films and stuff, and Basil the Mouse Detective, and there's a big dog in that called Toby, so I suggested Toby and my brother suggested John. So obviously I won because we didn't ever have a dog called John. And then with Milo, he was such a crazy little puppy. We were so lucky because they brought him home and he was only a few months old, and it's rare to find a puppy in a dog shelter. So we were so excited, but he was this crazy little thing, and Jack Russells are full of personality and they're a little bit crazy at the best of times. And I said, oh, can we call him Milo? Like Milo from The Mask with Jim Carrey, because when the dog in that called Milo puts the mask on, he's like a little crazy cheeky thing, and that's what he reminded me of. And we still have Juno, who is another Jack Russell, who's probably going to be pretty broken hearted when she realises that Milo isn't coming home. But been in my life for 15 years. And it's hard because I was 13 then, and honestly, when I was still living at home until I went to university, that dog would always come and sit with me in my bedroom, and he'd borrow under the duvet so we could get to sleep when he knew that he could get away with it, because I was a sucker and I always let the dogs do whatever they wanted. And he was just amazing. He was just such an amazing dog. And then I left, and he's still like my dog in my heart, but he's like more my mum and dad's dog. He's like a family dog, and I would go and see him, and life has gotten to the point where I haven't seen him as much as I feel like I could have done, and I feel so bad. But I saw him on Friday, and I remember pushing Juno and Bear, my brother's dog, out the way, because I just felt like this big need to see him. Like, we knew that he wasn't great and he was getting a bit poorly, and my mum had taken him to the vet, so he had this special paste to eat, and I honestly thought that maybe it would be okay and he might have another Christmas. And he was sick, and the content of his sick was the rice that he had on Friday, so he wasn't able to digest anything anymore. And when my mum took him in this morning, the vet was like, we could try things, but honestly he's 15 and a half years old, so he might not make it through anyway. And my mum is not the sort of person to put an animal through something like that. And so without any warning, he was put to sleep, and he's gone. So this video is just so I don't forget, and it's for my mum, because I know how much she's hurting. I wish I could tell you this, Milo.